Hello and welcome to Oakley Mecht. Oh, sorry, one for the bloopers reel there. Cut, we need to go again. Except we don't, because it's not Only Connect, it's Only Be Connect on the Night, a compilation of amusing errors from this series of Only Connect, but not the whole series, only the mistakes that occurred in episode 16, featuring, on my right, Lindsay McBrien, a business analyst who avoided a French transit strike by taking a taxi from Montpellier to Barcelona. Ailsa Watson, a philosophy graduate who was offered a ride to Donington on a rock band's private jet in exchange for doing their laundry. And their captain, Dave McBrien, a native Dubliner who was married to Lindsay and set fire to the menu on their first date. All graduates of Scotland's oldest universities, they are the ancient alumni. You won your opening heat against the Peaks. How have you been preparing for this next stage?
Quiz, eat, drink, quiz, sleep, quiz, repeat. Much the same as regular life.
Excellent. That's the title of my autobiography. It's a long title, but I think it works. You are facing this time, on my left, Tom Chisholm, a history graduate who was given a box of Satsumas by Tom Stoppard. Abbas Panjwani, a fact-checker who has a large oil painting of himself, aged 1, hanging over his mantelpiece. And their captain, Megan Stodel, a gender and international relations graduate who used to play the crumhorn in a medieval folk group. United by a flair for theatrics, they are the Westenders. You won your first match against the Dragons. What do you think is key to a successful game of Only Connect?
Well, for us, it was a bit of a game of two halves. So for our team, I think it's just all about keeping our nerve.
Well, good luck doing that. You won the toss and you've decided to settle yourselves by throwing your opponents in first. So, ancient alumni, please choose a hieroglyph.
I can move 2 reeds, please.
Yes, you can. 2 reeds. What is the connection between these apparently random clues? Here's the first.
Next, please.
Oh, this is Reservoir Dogs, isn't it?
Is it? No,
Blonde.
He's not a
There's a Mr. White, there's a Mr. Orange, there's a Mr. Blonde. But
What do they do to each other?
is it Who Kills Who? I think it's Who Kills Who and Reservoir Dogs.
Do you want another one, though?
It's because I'm not going to know any more on the third clue. I don't remember the details.
But it's not a sequence. Well, it's not a
No, it's not a
sequence.
sequence, but it's just the first one. Who kills the second?
7
I think
seconds.
it is.
OK.
Is it Reservoir Dogs?
What about it?
Is Who Kills Who?
It is Who Kills Whom I will throw in before people write in. Put that pen down, I said whom. It's shootings in Reservoir Dogs. You said it wouldn't help you to see more clues, but here they are. The police kill White and Eddie kills Nash. It's a shame, isn't it? I heard one of you saying, but what do they do to each other? They kill each other. It's nothing nice. It's nothing nice. Very well done. 3 points, you're off the blocks. Westenders, what would you like?
Water, please.
Water. OK. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
OK. Next.
Next.
Yes. So maybe these are things that are different from men and women. Like the age definition or something, the number definition. Go next.
Next.
OK. So that's... Oh, is this different in America?
In English.
Yes.
In England.
So maybe infant is something... I would go another one.
Yeah. Next.
What's the first of 7? Yes. Is the first of 7 stages or 7?
That's exactly what it is. They are all the first of 7. Can you talk me through the clues?
So infant will be the 7 stages of man, Shakespeare.
It's
Speech, poem?
J-Quiz in
Yeah.
As You Like It, All the World's a Stage and the 7 Ages of Man.
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is the first in that 7 series of novels.
The first of 7 novels, although there were 8 films made out of 7 books.
Great Pyramid of Giza, the first of the
7 Ancient Wonders of the World.
7 Ancient Wonders of the World. Hurdles.
Heptathlon.
Their first event of the heptathlon. Well done. Ancient alumni, what would you like?
Can we take the lion, please?
Yes, you can. These are going to be picture clues. What connects them? Here's the first.
Next.
James, not logos of banks, is it? Lloyd isn't one now. Where's one of banks? Says a lion.
Lloyd's is a horse.
Yeah.
I think we need another one.
Next.
Taps.
Next.
2 seconds.
Do we go with the banks? Are they all logos? Banks or something?
They are not all logos of banks. I can tell from your tone you don't really think they are. Westenders, you got the chance for a bonus point.
Famous pieces of music.
Well, they are in a way. You'd have to be a lot more specific than that, and I sense you can't be. It is to do with pieces of music. I can tell you that the pictures represent Dark Horse, Raw, Hot and Cold, Fireworks. Katy Perry. They are songs by Katy Perry. So, famous piece of music, but not quite famous enough. Perhaps it would have been easier if we'd put a picture of Teenage Dream. But not at this time of day. No bonus then, Westenders. What would you like?
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Flax. Speaking of famous music, you will be hearing your clues. What connects them? First one coming in now.
I haven't any right, madame.
Next.
Oh God, this is really famous.
Next. Next.
Show that you're sincere when you feel nobody.
Sleep, Dormer, Ness and Dormer. It wasn't Ness and Dormer, was it?
2 seconds.
Sleep.
Sleep.
Not it, I'm afraid. Ancient Alumni, would you like to have a go?
Hands?
Hands is the connection. What did we hear?
Well, the last one is you need hands. I'm not sure
Max
who.
Bygraves?
Max Bygraves,
well
that's
done,
right,
well
yes.
done. Then the second last one was Place Your Hands by Reef, and I had no idea what the first two were.
Well, the second one, you think is a famous one, that's from La Bohème, Que gelida manina. La Bohème's Your Tiny Hand is Frozen. I say that to the sound man, Geraint, every morning, encouragingly. I'm always pleased. And the first one, I Kiss Your Hand, Madame, Bing Crosby. All connected by hands. Very well done. So you get the bonus and you get a choice of questions.
Eye of Horus, please.
The Eye of Horus. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next.
It's like there's a no soldier or something.
Oh, that's a good shout. That's a very good shout. Do you want to try for me?
Yeah, but it's a sequence. It's not a sequence. Oh, no, it's not a sequence.
Yeah, we're going to gamble on them.
It's up to you.
Let's go for it. Let's go for it. Oh, can we turn on flames? I don't think the third one's going to
No,
help
the
you
turn flames
to
not there.
distinguish between which. Okay.
Is it locations of tombs of unknown soldiers?
Yes, it is. Very well done. After just 2 clues, you didn't need to see Westminster Abbey in London and Arlington Cemetery in Virginia. They're all locations of tombs of the unknown soldier. Very well done. And I also enjoyed the debate you're having every time about whether it's a sequence. I'm looking forward to seeing, but which vowels are missing? Alexandrina Gardens? No, we're still on round 1. I know it already seems arduous, slow and late, but it is still round 1. Tombs of the unknown soldier in Russia, France, the UK and United States. Very well done. Westenders, 1 question remains. The Horned Viper, good luck. What connects these clues? First one coming up now.
Okay, steak or tongue.
Oh, what do they call it when you prepare it in a restaurant, like in a kitchen?
Next.
Maybe it must be to do with maybe kind of like
Oh, yeah, maybe this is how you mean. Okay.
Next.
Oh, pastry.
No, that wouldn't be right. Definitely Cornish pasties.
Okay, next.
Next.
Okay, yeah.
Cornish pasties.
They are the requirements of a Cornish pasty. You could have come in earlier, but no. Yes, there are particular rules because it's got a protected geographical indication status. You know, there are rules that have to be met. The ingredients must be raw when assembled, at least 12.5% meat, savoury pastry and crimped towards one side. All the requirements of a Cornish pasty. Very well done. That means at the end of round 1, the Westenders have 2 points, the Ancient Alumni have 7. Round 2 is the sequences round. Alumni, you'll be going first again. Which question would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. These clues are going to come sequentially. You may see a maximum of 3. What comes fourth? First one coming in now.
Next, please.
Oh,
Next, please. So, 330S.
I cannot see a sequence that leads to that answer, I'm afraid. So
Nor can I,
Westenders, another bonus chance for you.
Is it 4-20s-10?
And why?
Because they're literally what numbers are in French.
That's right. If you translate them into French, they are the numbers from 60 to 90. So 60, then they say 70 for 70, 80 for 80, and then 90 for 90. Oddly, it's not 20s. For some reason, when you write out 80 for 80, you do use an S, and when it's 90, you don't. But I won't penalise you for that. Well done for working out the sequence. So you get the bonus, and you get your own question.
Lion, please.
Lion. OK, what would come fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next.
Oh, that was a big boxing match. This is like heavyweight champion of the world boxing matches.
It's the most recent one.
Yeah. I probably need the third one to have a guess at the fourth.
OK, next.
Oh, God. Well, it's not next, is it? It's not the next one after.
So they're going to be highest viewing figures?
Yes.
What about that recent MMA guy versus
Rumble in the
boxing?
Jungle.
So,
Yes.
we'll get ready to first.
You have to say something.
Okay. Ali Frazier again?
Not it, I'm afraid. So, Alumni, you have the chance for a bonus point now.
Is it maybe the most... I think it's the number of times they've fought each other.
I can't let you chat.
Can we just try any two boxers who've only fought each other once?
Not it, I'm afraid. I'd have needed names anyway. I'm looking for two boxers who have fought twice. For example, Eubank Ben. I think I heard you muttering earlier. It is to do with the number of times they met. Greb Tunney, this was in the 1920s, they fought 5 times. And Pacquiao Marquez, 4 fights. Ali and Frazier, there were 3 very big fights there. They famously fought 3 times, so I need anybody that fought twice, for example, Eubank Ben, or any other boxers that have met twice. But if you'd mentioned any others, I wouldn't have known if it was right, because I only know Eubank Ben because it's written here. I'm not a big boxing expert. Ancient Alumni, I can't give you the bonus, but what would you like for a question?
Take the Eye of Horus, please.
Eye of Horus. What would come fourth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next. Oh, okay. So it's religions by number of followers. As Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhism.
Is it in the world?
I think it's world. I think it's world. I think it would be the same in the UK anyway. I think world's more likely.
Oh dear.
That's true.
1 Christian, 2 Muslim, 3 Hindu, 4 Buddhist.
Not it, I'm afraid. Westenders. Would you like to have a go for a bonus? I can show you the third in the sequence.
Turkish? I don't know.
I can't give you long.
1 Christian, 2 Muslim, 3 Armenian, 4 Turkish.
It's not. Now, what you fail to factor in is the way the clue is laid out. It's a bit odd, isn't it? It's not just a list. I know you're thinking of number of worshippers, but why are they laid out like that in the, as it were, northwest corner, northeast and southwest? Because we're looking at a map of Old Jerusalem. And in for Jewish, the Jewish quarter. It's not much of a map. If you were trying to find somewhere to have a coffee, you'd have trouble. But we're laying out the quarters of Old Jerusalem and the 4th quarter Jewish. So no points there. Westenders, what would you like?
Twisted Flax, please.
The Twisted Facts. OK, what would come forth in this picture sequence? Here's the first.
Granny Smith.
Next.
Weathercock.
It's a weather vane.
Apple, vein, green apple, south, apple, south. Direction,
South
compass.
Smith. Smith South next.
Next.
Bangles. I literally no idea who they are. Okay, so apple, wind, green,
South.
An orange.
Not a sequence, I'm afraid. Alumni, would you like to have a go?
The granny.
Okay, so yes.
So it would be something involving a son or daughter.
For example? What could be nicer
Sonny Liston.
than the son of Sam, as you mentioned, David Berkowitz, the serial killer. It's his jolly face at clue 4. So what is this sequence?
It's so it's coming down the generations. It's a Granny Apple, Old Father Time, Sister Sledge, and
Son of Sam, exactly so. A Granny Smith apple, and it's the old fellow there, Old Father Time. Sister Sledge is the band, so a son or daughter we needed to hear for the next generation. For example, Son of Sam, we think alike. Welcome to the show. So you do get the bonus, and you may choose a question.
water, please.
Water. OK, what would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Definitely. Oh, hang on. That's Morse code. H is 4 dots. It could just be E and a single dot.
Well, but we should go and see what the sequence is.
Okay, because if it's going to be if it's S 3 dots, then we know.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Okay. Next, please.
Yes.
So
E with a single dot.
Is the right answer, and why?
It's Morse code.
It's exactly so. 4 dots represent the H, 3 dots for S, 2 for I. We need to know what's represented by a single dot. Would you have gambled if you were here alone, Dave, as you sometimes imagine? Would you have come in after one clue?
I think it would depend on the scoreline and how brave I was feeling. I mean, the 4 dots I felt couldn't be much else.
Of course, if you were here alone, we wouldn't have had the lovely example of the son of Sam.
Indeed.
Lindsay's dark mind
Yes,
threw up that
yes.
correct answer. But E, 1 dot. It is a series of dots in Morse code, getting fewer, and the single dot is E. What's Morse code for SOS?
3 dots, 3 dashes, 3 dots.
These are the people who might be in trouble. Westenders, there is one question left, the Horned Viper. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay, so Jameson's Brewery or Distillery.
Next.
Don't know who that is.
Next.
Terry Wogan.
Probably hosted Eurovision, is it?
So, Ruben.
Because Terry Wogan's been doing it forever.
But he's dead now.
No, but wasn't he doing it before?
Would
As in, like, hasn't
What else could it be? So,
Or like Radio 2 or Children in Need or any of
Yeah,
those things.
I would go Graham because I know. Oh, okay, I see. Well, I don't know who Holly Willoughby's like Children in Need.
Graham Norton.
Not the answer, I'm afraid. Ancient Alumni, do you know?
Is it Chris Evans?
It is Chris Evans. And why?
Radio 2 breakfast show presenters?
That's right. And I think you consider that option. You're being a bit unlucky. You're going through the various things. I think the great Derek Jameson was never offered the job of presenting Children in Need. But I'm glad, Abbas, that you thought immediately of a brewery or distillery. It's always my own first thought. But no, Derek Jameson, the broadcaster, then Brian Hayes, then the wonderful Terry Wogan, and Chris Evans was next to present the Radio 2 breakfast show. Well done over there. That means at the end of round 2, the Westenders have 3 points, the Ancient Alumni have 12. Now it's time for the connecting wall, the 16 jumbled up clues, which the teams, you know by now. You'll be going first this time, Westenders, so please choose lion or water.
Water, please.
Water. OK, you have 2.5 minutes to solve this wall, starting now.
Chris Froome is a cyclist, and you've got Kenny's a cyclist, Cavendish is a cyclist, and I don't know any others.
Okay, should we cycle the
Clippers a boat, Cheddar's a gorge, you've got any others?
Yeah, keep cycling stuff. There's also Emery Board and Pumice are both.
Nice.
Okay, Emery Board and Pumice are both kind of like things that
Buffer.
Oh, yeah, kind of friction.
Was Clipper?
Friction.
Yeah, Clipper.
Yeah, oh, I don't know what
Yes.
orange stick is.
Beef Wellington.
The idea of an orange
Chief
stick being
Wellington.
with those guys.
Yes, hold on.
Nice.
Okay, so chill.
So Swiss chard, Swiss cheddar.
Swiss cheddar.
I think, okay, maybe not.
I don't know. Maybe it's a thing.
Probably not.
Tea break.
Charles dance.
Tea dance. Tea cozy. Tea clipper.
Yes. Yes.
So what have we got with? I think tea clipper's the thing.
Yeah.
So what do we have with cheddar, Wellington, chard, and street? Or
Coronation
possibly.
So street coronation street, cheddar cheese. The only things I know about cheddar is cheddar cheese, cheddar gorge.
Yes.
That's
Have they got anything in
in the-
them? Because we don't have
Ched. So like
header. It's got header as in like header gobbler.
okay.
But
No.
no, I can't see that in.
So these 4. No, sorry.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a
I
T.
think some of these are pretty short. Like, I can't think what a T-chard is.
No.
That's got hard in it. Well, a Wellington boot.
Char is type of fish, isn't it?
Yes, and chard is like a leafy thing, isn't it?
Sounds
What about
like
things like, are they in...
Overcooked.
Yeah, chard, it does sound like overcooked. Street, like road. Or they could be gorges that we just have... But I don't know what street gorge would be. Okay, should I try?
Yeah.
I'm going to try T-cozy, T-dance, T-break and T-clipper.
You've solved the wall. Very well done. So what about the connections? Tell me about the first blue group starting Varnish.
These are cyclists.
They're British cyclists. Can you tell me their first names?
No. Chris Froome. Chris Froome.
Chris Froome.
Jason Kenny.
Jason and Laura Kenny, yes.
Mark Cavendish.
And Jess Varnish.
Okay.
I assume since you recognise them as cyclists, you'd be a big cycling fan, but no. And what about the green group starting Buffer?
So these are all kind of things that sand or kind of buff. They've got kind of exfoliating, possibly, and kind of.
I'd like to hear something quite specific. Buffer, pumice, emery board, orange stick.
All in the bathroom.
It's on the nails. It's manicuring. Buffer, pumice, emery board is a nail file. So what we say for a nail file. Yes, they are manicuring things. Right. And what about the next group? Cozy, dance, clipper, break.
You can put the word tea in front of all of them.
You can put tea before all of them. And the last group, street, chard, Wellington, cheddar.
Gorges.
They are all places in Somerset. But you found 4 groups, so that's 4 points and 2 more for the connections. That's a total of 6. Let's bring in the other team now, the ancient alumni, and give them the other wall. See how they get on with solving it. You have 2.5 minutes to solve the lion wall. Starting now.
Turns of Java?
It seems to mean the same thing.
Or deft, sorry, I thought it was deft.
Deft, nimble, agile, and yes, yeah, great. Station, Monopoly,
Vine Street,
Feature, Oxford, Coventry, any others? Bow Street, so we'll cycle those. Right, lift up Bow.
They're in Hampshire, Basingstoke and
Alton, I think, as well.
Fleet is in Hampshire, definitely.
What does fish spell like that?
Albert? No. Albert Fleming, but there's another
Alexander
fish.
Maybe
it's Alexander.
Robert Hooke, the scientist.
Manager.
Oh, he does, yes, that's true. I think we might... These are probably Hampshire, so it must be these 4.
Oh, no, Hooke's in Hampshire as well, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Oh, right, so we're on lives. So it must be something connecting Fish, Manager and Fleming. They can't be in Hampshire.
Okay.
Well, they could be, but not that I know of. So those 3 and 1 other. At some point, we're going to have to start.
Right.
Could be a
Isn't
word.
there an animal called the manager or something? Or am I thinking of something else?
Secretary bird. Well, let's do it. I mean, we've got 3 lives and a bit of time, so we've got three opportunities. Those 2 must be Hampshire, so we'll try those as our 3 tries. But we've got to see if we can think what the connection between them is. Leave us some time to do it. No, okay. I mean, I figure. I guess Winchester could be something else. It could be. I'm not pressing it yet.
Types of knots. Winchester knot. There's.
Tie knots.
Yeah, well.
There's a Windsor knot.
Manager as well. I don't know.
I think that's got to be our best shout, but we don't know it. I'm not seeing this last group.
10 seconds.
I think we've got to try it.
That's not it, and the wall has frozen. But you found 2 groups, and I very much enjoyed seeing the 2 of you holding hands during the wall there. That was a lovely touch. What about the connections? Agile, deft, nimble, and so on?
Oh, they're all synonyms. They mean fast or agile, basically.
Synonyms for each other, exactly so. And the next one, Bow, Coventry, Oxford, Vine.
They're Monopoly, streets.
Streets and Monopoly. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. Hook, Basingstoke, and so on.
It was Winchester left over, yeah, so those must be places in Hampshire.
They are the places in Hampshire. And the last group, Fish, Manager, Fleming, Winchester.
Are these all, well, let's go with Fleming, are these all chemists?
They're not. They are all characters from the Fast Show.
Ron manager.
Ron Manager, jumpers for goalposts. Paula Fish, that was the weather girl. Scorcho. And Bob Fleming has the cough. He presents Country Matters, he's got a cough. And Winchester, that's the red herring, Ed Winchester, who would just arrive and say, I'm Ed Winchester. Characters from the Fast Show. But you did find 2 groups and you gave me 3 connections. That's a total of 5. Let's have a look at the overall scores. The Westenders have 9 points. The Ancient Alumni have 17. But we are going to play the Missing Vowels round teams. Fingers on buzzers. I can tell you that the first group are all things associated with caves. Alumni?
Stalactites.
Correct. Westenders?
Captain Caveman.
Correct. Alumni?
The Dead Sea Scrolls.
Correct. Westenders?
The Bad Seeds.
As in Nick Cave, well done. Next category, rearrange titles from Shakespeare. Westenders?
The Verona of Two Gentlemen.
Well done. Westenders?
John King.
Yes, it is. Westenders?
Nothing Ado About Much.
Good rearranging. Next. Westenders?
The Errors of Comedy.
I know them well. Next category, idioms which are used to refer to health. Alumni?
Fit as a fiddle.
Correct. Alumni?
Like death warmed up.
Thanks very much. Westenders?
Under the Weather.
Yes, it is. Westenders?
Frog in my throat.
Correct. Next category, they're all mountain ranges. Westenders?
Sierra Nevada.
Correct. Sierra Nevada is correct, but we have scaled this particular mountain range. It's the end of the show. And looking at the final scores, I can tell you that the winners and through to the next round with 21 points are the Ancient Alumni. And a good second place with 18, the Westenders. Very well done, very well caught up in the Missing Vowels there. And you're not out. You'll get another chance to make the next round later in the competition. Thanks very much for playing. Thanks for watching. And coming up next on BBC Two, in a change to the published schedule, it's another of Michael Portillo's chat shows, in which every week tables are turned on the great traveller as he interviews a famous British expat who's visiting from abroad. This week, Ben Elton's here from his home in Australia. That's Michael Portillo, Ben's Over, next on BBC Two.